Greetings all, it's the end of the semester and we're all burnt out. School is just finished, I'm done teaching, and we finally can relax, right? Our games never end though, and the YouTube grind never stops. So, what do you do when you feel ground down? What can we do to slow down that grind or maybe stop it entirely? If you've watched my When to Quit D&D video, you might see some overlap here. But in case you haven't, I'll link it at the end of this one for you to check out in case you're feeling burnt out and questioning the existential existence of your gaming hobby. Now for the rest of you, let's dive into this. I haven't been doing YouTube long, but a challenge for many creators is burnout. This is no different for D&D or other nearly endless hobbies. So hopefully this video can appeal to all of you creative types, regardless of the hobby. One thing you can do is set limits when you start projects. You should define how long you're willing to allow yourself to work on projects. I give myself a couple of days a week to produce videos as an example, and that artificial deadline helps encourage me to move forward. The same goes for my D&D games. I only give myself about 4 hours of preparation at most for my weekly games. While this won't help with the lack of creativity, an artificial deadline can help you push through projects to get them done. When in doubt, it's better to have something rather than nothing at the end of the day. You can also decide what your overall production will be. This goes for campaigns and for projects. Do you produce a video every week? But for how long? And what about content? Will it all be the same? For your games, is the campaign going to last until the characters hit level 20? Are you planning on going until you drop dead? Have an end in mind, a finite number of sessions or modules, or as we would say these days, adventures. Have those in mind for your game. That said, don't just run Fandelver and be done. Let your games grow, let them breathe. Do something different. When it comes to other projects, set out what your gross production will be, whether it's for the quarter, the year, or however you're measuring your terms of success. If you're stuck, find out what interests you. Build Pinterest boards, write out lists of concepts, really get down your core ideas. What motivates you? If you can answer that question, you can return to base, you can get grounded again if you ever feel lost. If you feel tired of running the same adventures, add in something that interests you. As Chekhov said, when you need to build tension, introduce a man with a gun. Put something in that boring monologue or travel session or gearing up session that can add some excitement. I let loose some leprechauns in a town the party was shopping in at the time. And that turned a boring day in town of shopping and, shopping, into a non-lethal challenge that really they would spend the rest of the session trying to figure out how to capture the little pranksters without getting anybody hurt or killed. So if you have the big plans laid out, you have your special interests accounted for, and the game or your hobbies still feel like they're dragging on, then it may be time to stop looking at the big picture and get grounded in the here and now. Ask for and look at feedback on your content. See if there's anything you need or want to change. Remember, as DMs, our games are content. But don't get lost in the race to the destination. Remind yourself to live in the here and now. Sometimes we need to remind ourselves that life is about finding enjoyment when and where we can. Check in with your players and see if they are having fun. If you are enjoying my videos, as an example, please leave a like and a comment. Those really encourage me to produce more. If all that still doesn't help, consider changing things up. Be a player for a bit. See if you can Shanghai one of your other players into taking up the reins. Or play a game like Talisman for a bit. It's currently free on Steam, by the way. Or some other game where, you don't need a DM to have fun. You can also swap game systems. If you're tired of the broken mess that is 5e, maybe go play Traveler, Morkburg, Fantasy Trip. Gumshoe, Conan, Call of Cthulhu, or any of the thousands of other alternatives out there. Or, here's a crazy idea. Try playing an earlier version of D&D. Not for any length of time, but just to see what's changed over the years. I've been playing 1E for almost every week for 2 years now, and while I don't always love it, it's an interesting perspective on the game's history. When all is said and done, we need to remember that we're all human beings. Take a break if you need to. Take a few weeks off. They can really do your mind wonders. It'll be hard to get started again once you stop, so be warned. But if you can get your games going again, they will be better for it. For those of us with disabilities, sometimes life is just too difficult to handle anything extra, even if that thing is just your hobby. So remember, go easy on yourself, be kind to yourself, particularly at this stage of the year. I know the advice here is nothing new or revolutionary, but this video is, in some ways, a way that I am coping with burnout. It's my answer to some of these oppressive feelings that can come with doing the same thing every week for months on end without a break. So thanks for being here. To those of you that are new, welcome. To those who have been here, welcome back, and thank you for doing what you do. At least those of you that like, comment, and tune in every week. Your players, your friends, your comments are grateful for having you around. You do make a difference, and don't let burnout get you down. With that in mind, I'll see you next week.